Well, it's quite a bit bright in here. Um, this my what used to be my bedroom, which got a bed, is facing west. So the time of day, this time of year, the sun gets high and it comes in, and all this gets hot in here and all that other stuff. Now, I want to start this one by saying that obviously I'm wearing a headband, and the reason I'm wearing a headband is I just took a shower, right? Because I really wanted to. Um, Now I will discuss the shower part in a minute, which is actually relevant to some of this. Um, and the it's funny the as like I was thinking, I keep thinking of the Dream Theater song "As I Am." You guys are familiar with that song? Um, you know, if you don't know the song, Dream Theater did a song called "As I Am." It's on the Trade of Thought album, and I won't change to fit your plan. Take me as I am, right? So I thought of that as I was putting this on. I thought I'm gonna look like an idiot wearing this, right? And I thought, so what? I'm wearing this because I took a shower and I dried myself the best I could, but it just how it is in here sometimes. I don't air conditioning. I live in an apartment building. Air conditioning is not going to be turned on yet. I can't use it yet. That and it saves me money not to use it. So that's the first thing, as I am. And that's very important for CPTSD trauma recovery, is to be as you are. And that's can be really hard to do because sometimes you may not know who the authentic you is. I don't know. I didn't know. I had this case where I doubted even who I was when I exploded in last December. My nervous system just went bleh. So um, but that's the first part of it. The second, um, um, I can go. I'm probably going to do subsequent videos so I go into anything I want to, but I have sort of a partial agenda to get to here because if I don't, I'm probably going to roll all over the place. So the intended thing to talk about here was sort of metal and what's known as not what I think it was nonsense, and nonsense in terms of not seeing or anything like that, but in terms of lyrics or not lyrics. Um, I for the longest time I thought it was stupid that bands didn't print the lyrics in their sleeves. And a lot of bands still don't do that, and some bands do. I think particularly with like extreme metal bands, you have a hard time understanding what they're saying anyway, which is fine. I mean, people do the Cookie Monster vocals and talking about Cannibal Corpse. That's Brian Posehn. If you don't remember Brian Posehn, metal by numbers. He But the Cookie Monster vocals is pretty accurate, and I like making fun of my own music too, because that's why not. Anyway, I used to think it was stupid that people would not print lyrics in their like Alice in Chains, for example, didn't in this one. Um, but the new Aborted, which I like, did print it, and that's Aborted is very much you can't understand much of what's going on. And so printing the lyrics actually works. It's like I want to read them. But there's no, as far as I know, there's no database you can go in and say someone submits database and says, "Oh yeah, they printed the lyrics here. This band printed the lyrics in their sleeve or whatever. And the other ones didn't." That sort of thing. But nonsense, meaning like I was reading about some black metal band. I didn't remember what it was, and I was like, this is really good. I said, "Do they have the lyrics inside there? Do they print the lyrics?" And someone said that they don't, but that oftentimes the vocalist apparently stated in one of their interviews that he doesn't even sometimes he's not even saying words. He's just going into the microphone. And I thought that was very interesting. I was like, huh. It never really occurred to me that somebody would do that. But then I started thinking about it, and that applies to me right now. Like I can go, oh wow, that's embarrassing. Whatever, just take me as I am. By the way, full disclosure, that is wine stains from many years. I'm almost 8 months sober, but that I need to go to the dentist for, whatever. What the fuck? Take me as I am. But like, just I don't know what I'm saying. It sounds almost like Tolkien, like Uruk-hai, like Burzum, like because Burzum is actually Burzum, Broderick, and his all that crap having to do with him in the 90s and all that stuff. I don't want to go too much into him, but the um Burzum is actually part of the black speech in the Tolkien, but if you read, if you enunciate what's written um in the Lord of the Rings, and what's on the ring when Gandalf's in the Council of Elrond, if you read it out loud, it might sound something like that. If you added a little death metal, I kind of like that. I might do recordings of stuff like that. I don't know. Um, but So it's not nonsense. It's not nonsense. It's not. It sounds like nonsense because it's um, not actual words, but it's what someone's expressing. That's why it's not nonsense. It's what someone has to do. How many times I walk around, and I mentioned this before, how many times I walk around my apartment just getting out all the swearing I could never get out as a kid, because it was never okay for me to swear, but for some reason all this violence that was taking place in the house was okay. That one's taking a long time to come out. Ever since my complete breakdown in December, last December, I've had to swear in my apartment all the time, and to myself, and I've mentioned that before. But so as I am, the nonsense. And the last thing is, I was gonna make a different video about this, but let's be very, very quick. In the shower, this also has to do with metal in a way, because I always relate things back to metal, because metal's in here, and in here, and in here. And I'm very happy for that. I feel my face lighting up talking about it, because I'm like, yeah, fuck you, The so I'm sitting in the shower, and what I'm trying to do, which is a good DBT skill, a good dialectical behavioral therapy skill. It's one of the TIPP skills. The T stands for temperature, and there are several ways to do it that benefit the. I'm not doing the TIPP skill exactly as written. I am doing but what I'm doing is something that's also very good, which is a deliberate temperature change that I'm ready for. And so I got done my shower and everything. I do, I wash your hair and everything. And then, on days when I'm feeling like, there are days I don't do it, but there are days that I really need to do it, like today and lately, because my therapist is retiring and other people are leaving my life that I don't want to leave, and I have no control over it. So I noticed I have, a lot more anxiety, and I don't want to panic again. So what I did was, a good way and I didn't discover this. Probably Marsha Linehan or somebody discovered that. Marsha Linehan created DBT. The idea of plunging her idea was plunging your face into a bowl or a basin of really, really cold water, and then holding your breath. Make sure your cheeks are out of it and your eyes are in it. And you hold your breath for like 20 seconds. Now I have a hard time holding my breath for 20 seconds. I do, but you're in there doing that, holding your breath for as long as you can. Then you go, then you pull your head out, you can take a breath, and the cold sensory, what that TIPP skill does, it's a deep dive skill is what it is. It takes your that's what it's known as. It's almost like you're diving into an ocean full of cold water, and you're holding your breath, and it tells your brain to slow down. It tells your nervous system to slow down. I believe that's what it does. It works for me. I mean, I've used the TIPP skill itself here in the sink before this time, but what I'd like to do is get in the shower, take my regular shower with a regular hot shower, and then what I did was, this relates to metal to me. I said, okay, I looked at the shower head. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you got it. You want a piece of this? So I turned. It's silly, but I love it. I turned the hot water down to the cold and see how how cold it is. I'm like, that cold enough? No, I need to be colder. Come on, bring it, be colder. Then they're like, oh yeah, it's cold. So then I go, okay. Then I found myself looking at it, thinking as an adversary, not in a mean way, but it's sort of like, come on, motherfucker, I can take it. Right? I can take this. And so I started thinking of the Hatebreed song. And I'm not a huge Hatebreed fan, but I love the sentiment behind this and how the album opens. The first song of Perseverance, I forget what it's called, but you want to see me fail, you won't get your chance. You want to see me fail, you won't get your chance. So thank you, Jamie Josta and Hatebreed for that one. So I started going, you want to see me fail to the shower head, because then I stepped into it and I got my arms into the down, like, oh, it's cold. Went my back into it, oh, it's cold. And then the final one is you put it, I dunk my head in and get it under the running water, and I went, oh, it's cold, but it feels good. It feels good on your on the back of your here in the very back of your skull. I don't know why that is. It is a very sensitive area. The scalp's not very sensitive in general anyway. So that really helped. And I also related it to Mel because it was playful to me. It was like, yeah, get it, fucker. You know, so yeah, as I am, I'm not going to apologize for my swearing. I'm not going to apologize for any of that, whatever. I'm not monetizing this. I don't have to appease anybody with my content, So anyway, I don't know how long this has been, but the Zoom doesn't tell me this, but I'm going to end this now, and I hope this helps someone, or at least it helped me. So thank you.